I think we're live. It says
We're
live.
live? Are you sure?
Um,
Because we just had that.
yeah.
We had
We're
one of
live.
our
We're
best.
actually live this time. We did it. We're live.
We had
We're
one
live.
of our best podcasts that we ever had. It turns out we weren't recording.
This is just a tribute.
So this will be the tribute to that podcast. We're gonna be chilling out, talking about Cardano, ADA,
Talking
a
about our
little bit
staking
about
pool.
us. We do operate a stake pool, Argyros Crypto, ticker AGC, if that's up on screen.
Also, we have a QR code there on the corner of the screen. If you want to donate some ADA to our wallet, we'll use it for our operating pools, and we'll also use this ADA to further fund the website and anything and everything that we're going to be giving out. But this is live with AGC with Our Heroes Crypto. So we're popping on today
Website and
to.
anything.
What was that?
Oh no, I just had to open up another screen. It's okay. Let's keep going.
Ugh. See, the best part about live is we can do stuff like this, and it's totally fine because it's live. Can't really edit this, but we're here. Uh,
Yeah, so
so
it's
we're here
like
talking about today
we
too.
opened up
Oh,
with.
true.
Yeah.
This is just a tribute. Yeah, well, it's so hard to follow up that podcast we just had, guys. It was so good. It was so good. But
Oh
it
god,
turns
it's
out
so
you
amazing.
actually have to click
Well,
start in order for all of this to go. Oops. So,
next time.
well,
Next time we'll learn.
I guess in the tribute of the podcast that never was, we were talking about decentralization and how we're now at D equals 0. Decentralization completely means that all blocks are produced now on independent stake pool operators, just like us.
But there's a hanging question. Is it truly decentralized?
Well, I
Is it
mean,
truly decentralized?
that's a good point. I I completely forget who. Oh, is it Binance? Binance has how many stake pools? 50, 51?
50, 60 stake pools. I mean, if you look in the Daedalus wallet, or even if you look at any I don't know, ADA pools, look up BNB, you'll see how many stake pools there are. Oh, you know what? Look at this right here. Here we go. There we go. So this can be found on adapools.org. Or is it .I? Nope, adapools.org. Okay. We'll see Binance here. 12%. 12%. 67 stake pools, I believe is what that is. Yep. 67 stake pools. One of the goals that we have here is to have people to take their ADA off of exchanges such as Binance
Mm-hmm.
and stake with operators such as single stake pool operators in this group here. Right here.
Well,
Shrink this
even
piece of the pie,
well,
grow
they
this piece
ultimately
of
we
the
want to
pie.
get rid of that. We don't want to see a single company holding the majority market share of all block production like you see in something like Bitcoin. I want to say it's what 10 companies that actually produce almost all the actual blocks in the Bitcoin area. How
And
decentralized is
not
that?
only
It's not.
that, but they're all kind of concentrated in one country.
Yeah, that's true. They are concentrated in one country, but that also comes down to like probably have more land, easier access to electricity, less people probably snooping on them. Hey, I don't want to get,
Their government's
too
probably giving them some,
uh,
handouts.
yeah, it's yeah, probably. But decentralization's huge. This is actually kind of big. This means that small stake pool operators like us, uh, we're more we benefit from all of this. It means that more stake pools are coming out, and that we're the ones creating all the blocks. It also puts a new inherent layer of security there, that it is completely decentralized. There is no third party that truly controls everything. Uh, I say this, but then I realize that there really is no peer-to-peer fully yet. You still need to go through an exchange. But again,
Not yet. Well,
uh,
there IOHK did come out with an article, I think it was today, about a peer-to-peer um, application for Cardano. So that's in the works.
Yeah, well, true peer-to-peer is going to do a lot. So I'll tell you this as a stake pool operator, but as someone that manages the servers and really looks at this, if I need to, let's say, query a pool, and I'm going to do that directly from something like CN Tools, if I try to query mainnet directly, it could fail and crash my env file or my node 0 file. So I have to like rely on websites and things like that because we're not fully P2P. Once we're P2P, that's not going to be that big of a deal because I can just hit someone else's relay node with the information that I'm looking for. Speaking of nodes, uh, some information on being a small stake pool operator when it comes to running your servers. We found out pretty quickly that you definitely need 8 gigabytes of RAM for your relay nodes and your block production nodes at minimum. So we've upgraded both. We've upgraded both the block production and relays to minimum 8 gigs of RAM for core processing. Everything still runs on solid state. And since everything's done through a data center rather than hosting it at the current location here, we've got full gigabit throughput. We can honestly stand behind a 4.9 SLA agreement, so I know the servers will be fine. We're fully up to date, ready for 1.26, and I'll tell you this as someone working with these stake pools and updating them, it's pretty stressful if you don't have a test environment to run the update on first. You really don't want to run the update on mainnet one time around and watch your server fail. The level of freaking out is real, and it's palpable. So highly recommend having a testing environment before you run anything on mainnet.
Do you want to discuss kind of the little issues that we've encountered
No, absolutely not.
during our time
I still like to
as
keep hair on
people
my head.
operators?
I have my day job that stresses me out enough, and then I have to worry
Yeah.
about the servers, stuff like that. One of the other things we wanted to discuss that is really exciting and on the horizon, NFTs. NFTs. That's going to be the new hot buzzword. I don't know if any of you
It,
have heard
it it
about it,
seems
but
like NFTs they just exploded out on the scene like what 4 weeks ago. It just became a household
pull up.
term.
Can
So
you pull up one
so
of
much
the?
so,
Mm.
yeah, so much so that Saturday Night Live actually had a skit about NFTs.
Oh, you mentioned that. That's right. Again,
Yeah.
this is the tribute to the podcast that never was. We really had this amazing podcast done. I hit the wrong button. Tribute to the podcast that never was. But I still have to watch this SNL. You
Yeah.
mentioned that.
So now we're just hanging out. I mean, can we do it on here? Would we
No,
get kicked
absolutely
off?
not. No, 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 no,
We
no.
get kicked off.
Let's not. I'd like to keep this it's still running for as long as
All right,
possible.
no, we can definitely stream it like in the corner in a small box and have our reactions to it.
I don't want to risk it. You know what? I'd much rather, come here and accidentally say something that I probably shouldn't on live camera than have to deal with the wrath of the mouse. Looking,
That's
I don't
fine.
even want
That's
to say the
fine.
company's name. You
So
know,
so I've a friend. Yeah, I have a friend who doesn't know anything about crypto, or NFTs. Okay, and I would say maybe one of the best explanations that I've come up with for like a base level layman's explanation for what an NFT is. It is a receipt that you own something somewhere.
since you have control of what the viewers actually see, can you bring up like a Crypto Kitty or what's that other one that just made a bunch of money?
Oh yeah, Space Bud.
Yeah, Space Buds. This DuckDuckGo. I see you're a man of culture as well.
Yeah.
Space Buds. These things. NFTs. How much would you pay for this? How much would you pay for this? Would you pay $1 for one of these? Would you pay $2 for one of these? Would you
Do you
pay
want economics 101 definition of what someone would pay for it? Because someone is willing to pay whatever they're willing to pay for it.
Well, someone did pay, what was it like, 40,
Oh
$60,000?
man. Yeah, for a well, I don't know if they actually paid for it, but there was an offer for $50,000 for a was it a dino? A dinosaur space buds with an amulet.
Now,
I believe is what it was.
really what the NFT is, what this is going to do is this image, this little little avatar looking thing here, it you get this, they're able to pass this through on the blockchain itself, but not fully. So what you're getting on the blockchain is a receipt, and within the receipt there's metadata, which is essentially a URL that you're going to access, and you're going to reach a file repository. I forget the name of the one where this one's hosted at. And then from there you'll actually be able to see your little space bud. So it's not
So
fully on the blockchain yet. They kind of
yeah,
hack this together.
the actual image is posted in two repositories, the interplanetary file system and another blockchain type file system. So that way the image itself will be immutable.
Hmm.
And there's if like I don't know if one repository depository I don't know goes down, there will be a the backup there.
Oh, redundancy.
But none of
Well,
these yeah, none of these images are actually stored on the Cardano blockchain at this time.
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's because smart
Though I
contracts
did
don't
hear,
exist yet.
yeah, I did hear about one project that said that they had stored the image on the blockchain. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm pretty sure in the future the capability will be there when it comes to side chains and different layers on top of the base Cardano system. If you ever listen to Charles's AMAs or his roadmap, he does paint this picture of it will be possible in the future to do something like this directly on the blockchain of the Cardano.
So, in saying all of this, and the fact that everyone loves money, we at Our Heroes Crypto are actually going to start going in and designing some of these NFTs. We've already started playing around with some of the logic for smart contracts. That's actually
Yeah.
really fun. But NFTs look like the next big thing we're going to be working on. Also, in regard to just running the stake pool and ensuring all of that's going well and trying to market that so we can get as many delegators as we can to up our live stakes so that we're minting more blocks so that you all, everyone a part of our pool, gets as much rewards as possible from all of this. But we're going to be making NFTs. Right now, we're getting images from an artist that will actually be creating all of these, so they'll be unique in that sense. I'll be working on actually coding these things out and figuring out how we're going to host them. But at first, they're going to be art NFTs so that we can get used to the creation. But ultimately, what we'd like to do is once smart contracts go fully live, really find a good use and purpose for these NFTs as a daily driver for people and businesses, really to stay on top of it. It seems like Cardano
Yeah, there could
and
be
this will be,
rewards.
yeah.
Yeah, there could be rewards for our delegators.
Mm. Well, obviously, yeah. One of the things about being a staking pool is there are so many out there, and people can delegate their ADA wherever they'd like. So obviously, we do need to find a way to give back more than just the rewards you're going to get anyways, or whatever fiat you'd get if you sold your ADA for the current going price. So yeah, we're definitely going to try to give back. But when you look at Cardano as a whole and its implementation, we're at the third generation of cryptocurrencies, and it had to evolve to this point out of necessity. Um, we could be now at the point where this is going to be the utilizable layer of cryptocurrency, and then from here we just build on top of or build next to, sideways with, and just join them together. Or this could be similar to like a layer 3 in the OSI model, if you guys know what that is, to create something much bigger than we even realize what is currently available for us. This could and potentially be the next answer for all transfer of wealth, all transfer of debt, and any kind of bartering trading you want to do. I, when it comes to any kind of digital asset, any kind of digital asset.
Yeah, someone made a comparison to this kind of the cryptocurrency 3.0 aspect of it, and how it would evolve on either on Cardano or even on other chains as well. If anybody's old enough to remember the internet back in the very early days.
When
I
it
mean,
came on a disc
we
in the
weren't
mail.
around. But no, that was
I'm just
like
messing with you.
that was a little later on. But I'm talking about like early days where you literally had to line up to get on a server
Hmm.
to download that page, and it would just be message boards, right? Just static static pixels that you can interact with. That's kind of like what these NFTs are right now, right? In the future, depending on how fast the evolution occurs, it could happen relatively quick. It could happen a little bit slower. But I mean, it'll be like I don't know, streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, it could be. So I just tried the chat function out just for testing purposes. This is live stream 2, hanging out with Our Heroes Crypto. We have a third silent partner, but we'll be the faces for the foreseeable future. Oh, our mascot's behind. Can you
Behind me,
bring the mascot up?
nah, she's resting right now.
She good dog.
You'll see the little tail right there. Little
She's a good dog.
tail.
We're
Yeah, they
updating our
just update.
website.
Yeah, yeah, we got news. We got a section about why it's important to take your crypto off of exchanges and into either a hard wallet, such like on a Ledger or Trezor, or on a I don't know, a browser extension like your Roy,
Or a dataless wallet, but some
Dataless.
kind of wallet where it's your key. Make
Just get it
sure,
off the exchanges.
yeah,
Yeah,
make sure it's in your wallet, not your keys, not your crypto. And this is true for every single cryptocurrency.
yeah, across the board. It's even true for precious metals as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. That actually is a very good point. Yeah, we're
And
AGC, Our Heroes Crypto.
yeah,
We're going to be doing this probably once a week, once every 2 weeks when we figure out the schedule. Um, we're ultimately going to be getting in more delegators. We're going to go over everything that we're finding out in regard to Cardano, where the updates are going, where we as stake pool operators see us going. We'll try to answer any kind of questions that you have, but mostly, it's going to be the state of the pool, state of Cardano. Hopefully, we can all see this rise to something beyond our wildest imaginations. But we're in it, we're here. Send us. You can contact us at info@ourheroescrypto.com if you have any questions. I can help you out with stuff on the back end too if you have any questions about servers, connecting anything, actually getting a stake pool going, stuff like that. We have a Twitter set up. I completely forget our handle because I don't use social media.
just to remind everybody, um, we had this amazing update that we were doing, and somebody forgot to hit the record button. So
Oh,
this is a
okay.
tribute
This is a
to
tribute.
that
Yeah, that last one was really
earlier
good.
podcast
Ugh, I feel so
that
bad.
didn't happen.
It really is the podcast that never was. I almost feel
Yeah,
cheated that we couldn't give them that. Oh, but the next time, I want to
it was
say
so good.
next week's is going to be more concise because we're actually going to be going at it right away rather than coming back and doing the apology podcast. And again, we're very sorry that you didn't get the good one.
Well, hopefully, okay, so there's going to be more updates concerning. There's the Plutus pilot program going on right now. I think it's a 10-week course where IOHK, or is it IOG? They're training people on how to code in Plutus for smart contracts,
Yeah, it's going to be
actually
exciting.
building NFTs, building applications, and
And
that's all
dApps.
happening on the testnet right now. And dApps, it's all happening on the testnet right now. And part of that pilot program will occur on the live net, on the main net.
Yeah, I'm excited for
So
that.
I'm guessing maybe next week, once people start reporting bugs, start reporting, what feels right, what feels weird, we will have more updates on that, and it's an exciting thing. And it should all complete probably at the end of May. That's
Hmm.
when I think Goguen will be fully imagined, and then we'll be going on to the next phase.
The next phase is Voltaire, right?
Uh, Busho,
Bouchot. Okay, okay.
Scaling. Scaling is the next. Scaling is next. So we're getting smart contracts, and then once transactions increase, right? once there's more transactions on the network, we're going to be going into the Busheau phase, which is scaling.
Okay.
So we'll have multiple what was
Epochs
it?
at the same time?
Multiple epochs at the same time. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Our
Yeah.
servers are ready for that too. I've gone through this past weekend and I've got us ready for mainnet 1.26.1, so that's good to go. Um, as a word of advice for everyone that are new stake pool operators that really don't have experience running servers, I highly recommend having a test environment set up to run all your updates and stuff on. It's really sad when you got to build a server back up from the ground up because you messed something really small up that could have been fixed. Don't just start making changes to stuff on mainnet if you don't know what you're doing. There are a lot of resources out there for new stake pool owners and uh, very computer illiterate stake pool operators. I mean, there's a certain level of literacy if you got the stake pool going, but there are a bunch of telegrams out there. We're going to be making a telegram because that seems to be the main communication method in the industry now to try to help answer any questions, as well as anyone that wants to delegate to our stake pool or become a delegator with their ADA. We'll be giving you updates all the time through this new Telegram to give you an idea of when we're going to be making updates, what we're doing. At that point, we can figure out strategies. But ultimately, the goal here is to pull in more delegators so that Ouroboros looks at us more kindly, so that we're minting not only just blocks, but multiple blocks. And then when the parallel epochs go into effect, we can hit multiple blocks on multiple epochs simultaneously and then be able to spread the rewards out. As of right now, any blocks that we do mint, our delegator numbers is on the lower end at 6, so they'll be getting the majority share of all of that, which is actually kind of cool. Um, in looking at a lot of these single pool stake operators, we're actually doing fairly well in regard to health, which is good. And we're growing. We're growing. We're putting the word out for the stake pool too, so that other people want to delegate. If you have people, know people that have ADA, have them join the stake pool as well. The more delegators we get in, the better it helps you as a delegator if you are a delegator.
We're all in this together, guys.
All right, I think we're gonna.
Yeah, I would say one of the
Mhm.
biggest, one of the biggest, I guess, gripes, not gripes. I don't know what the word is really, but it's I would call it a battle of attrition for a small stake pool operators,
Yeah,
considering they're going against big Goliaths like BNB, like people who got in when it was at 3 cents.
yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't really know what Cardano was early enough to have gotten in that at that level. But one of the cool things about Charles and the way that he's designed the system is that we've barely even scratched the surface of Cardano. It's not even designed to run efficiently with the number of transactions and pools we have right now. It's designed for much bigger workload. We haven't even seen true efficiency yet. In fact, once we start getting into full force, it's going to be detrimental for people to stake these huge amounts of ADA in single pools. It's going to be more beneficial for them, from my understanding, to spread their ADA around to multiple pools to maximize their return on their delegated ADA. And that's going to be really cool, especially for small stake pool operators.
Yeah. The utility is it's just going to increase after we get the smart contracts rolled out.
Smart contracts, I'm really excited about that. That's something that we at AGC are working on. Smart contracts and NFT programming. Smart contracts specifically, though, once those really get pushed out, it's going to be a game changer for how ADA gets used. Think about being able to use cryptocurrency in a realistic way for the average person. I can't really go to, let's say, a 7-Eleven and buy a hot dog with Bitcoin, but getting to that point where you have a utilitarian use of the coin, that's going to be huge, huge,
Well,
almost game changing.
you might not be able to buy a hot dog at 7-Eleven right now,
Right.
but you can buy something on Shopify with ADA. There was this thread on the Cardano subreddit where someone was promoting an ADA link. I mean, it got taken down by the Cardano people saying, "Hey, we're gonna roll this out, but not right now."
Hmm.
So if that's not live right now, it is in the works. So maybe you can have a hot dog drop shipped to you.
Drop shift. Let's not use those words. I don't like
Drop
swearing on
shift.
the channel. All right, guys.
Yeah, but the future's bright.
We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it a live stream for today. We'll probably chime in sometime next week, Wednesday or Thursday, or if something really major happens in Cardano news, we'll go live. I'm gonna do that YouTube trope, but go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that little bell down there so that you can get notifications when we come on. But yeah,
Oh, no,
we'll do this about once
it's
weekly.
ping the bell and smash that like button
Listen, I don't know these things.
And
I'm
hit
not some kind of
subscribe.
YouTube personality.
and hit subscribe. I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
All right, guys, have a good one. AGC signing out.
Adios.